PK52, the Saturday morning meeting. The dealer meeting just ended. During the dealer meeting, they showed your dealers and the managers that attended the dealer meeting the all-new 2024 Land Cruiser. So I guess the question of the day is, as that Land Cruiser becomes more prevalent online, the media talks about it, there's photos out there, the power plant has been revealed, the gas mileage will come next, and the pricing will come next. So we already know it's going to be at a very, very aggressive price point. So this is going to be a high demand vehicle. So as a sales professional, should I be prepared to answer the questions right now? Should I also be prepared to answer questions and tell the customer based upon what you're asking, this is not the right vehicle, this is the right vehicle. You may move on from a Land Cruiser to a Sequoia, or they may wait for the 2025 4Runner. So they showed the 4Runner to your dealers. They also showed some other vehicles out there that won't be named right now, and then the all-new refreshed Camry. I love that the Camry is being refreshed again. Every time they refresh the Camry, it's just a jolt to that car buying segment that everybody else seems to have abandoned. What I recommend to any salesperson is I know what's coming. So I don't have a problem getting the information because the influencers have already driven this vehicle. They've already, for months, we've had information on the all-new Tacoma that's coming. And so you should be 100% ready for that. But I find that most salespeople are ready for only what the customer asks when they come to the dealership. So I've always done this, and this goes back into the days when I started selling. There are key features that I show on every vehicle. For example, if somebody comes in and they're buying a vehicle for their child, for their first vehicle, the child's 16 years old. Well, there's a core series of safety features, and I don't just mention the safety features, blind spot monitor, dynamic radar, cruise control, lane keep, lane assist. I don't name them. I talk about the inexperienced driver at 16 years old. I don't know how much effort the parents put into helping the child drive, but most of the time, it's not much. So they depend on a driving school, and that once the driving school permits your child to drive, then they're allowed to drive on American roads. And I really don't think they have a whole lot of experience in things that are actually going to happen on the road. Are they going to throw their friends in there? Is the music going to be loud? Are they going to be texting while they drive? Are they going to be distracted? Yes, yes, all those are yeses. And it doesn't matter whether it was 1960 or 1980 or the year 2000, kids are distracted when they drive. And even though at 16 years old there's nothing in the world you can't accomplish, ask a 16-year-old, there are still situations they've never experienced before. Exiting a ramp off of an interstate or a highway too fast, and the car starts to push or understeer. How do I correct that? Well, I haven't gone to race driving school. I don't know how to correct it. The great thing about being able to prepare a safety presentation for your consumer is, let's say your child experienced this. Let's say they're on the way home and a freak snowstorm hits, and now the highway is slick. They've never driven in the rain. They've never driven at night. They've never driven on snow before. And so what are the things that Toyota builds into the technology of the car that takes your 16-year-old beginning driver and elevates them to a very proficient, experienced driver? And it's not the driver, it's the technology in the car. Are you prepared to be able to talk about each one of these safety features, maybe safety sense, maybe the STAR safety system, so that the customer understands, okay, if I purchase this car, then my child has a better chance of coming home every single night safe and no damage to the car. And to be honest with you, if the car safety is so good that your child in an accident doesn't get hurt, that's fine. That's what everybody wants. Nobody wants anybody to be hurt. But then the inconvenience of going through the insurance company and finding out whether the car's a total loss, or find out whether the car needs to be gone through a body shop and redone. And then nobody even thinks about that, because once that car's gone through an accident, the value of the car drops. The insurance company pays to repair the car, but they don't pay to repair the value of the car. So all of these things come into play if you're prepared with your customer. Today's efforts with the customer gives us so many examples and so many edges that we didn't have way back. So most people will contact the dealership or send a lead to the dealership, letting the internet department and hopefully the sales department know that they intend to come look at the all-new Land Cruiser, the all-new Tacoma, the refreshed Camry. Maybe they want to look at the Sequoia. They haven't seen it yet. They've never been in a Tundra yet. So now we know their intent is to come look at a singular product. Let me go back with what I said in the beginning. Most sales professionals, and I'm talking about sales professionals at the top of their game and people that started a week ago, start to study the product. There are items on every product that salespeople say, oh, I like that and I like that. We're buyers just like everybody else. And so if the handling characteristics of the Supra are enhanced by XYZ, I'm going to tell everybody when they drive the car, this is what you're going to experience. When you come in, you're going to drive the car, and I want you to do this because you'll experience something you didn't really expect to happen. And so what I can do is I can prime the presentation. I've talked about being digital forever. So here's what I would say in study for the beginning of 2024. Take every single vehicle that we sell. And if you really want to go to the next level, break it down into, if I buy an LE, if I go to an XLE, what do I get from an LE to an XLE? If I go to a Limited, if I go to a Platinum, what are the changes? And the thing about it is the customers go online and they'll do buyatoyota.com and they'll sit there and go, okay, the XLE is the right package for me. Sometimes I believe the customers do more research on that singular product than the preparation of the salesperson before the customer comes in. So I would do the top 5. I would start with every product we sell, from every passenger car through vans, SUVs, and trucks. From hybrid cars to electrified cars to normal gasoline-powered vehicles. And I would say on the Corolla, basic knowledge, these are my top 5. These are the 5 things that I think make the Corolla amazing. I mean, legacy could be one. I mean, there's never been a nameplate that's built more cars. The Corolla is the #1 selling car in the history of automobiles. And so how does a car have that long of legacy? And when people say, oh, Corolla, those are great cars. They've never owned one. They've never owned a Toyota. But if you say Toyota Corolla, they go, oh, those are great cars. They'll last forever. I mean, it's almost like there's a t-shirt. So I'm gonna dovetail that in because that's a fact the customer knows. And when I'm speaking in fact, they know, they understand what I'm talking about. So I'll do my top 5 on Corolla, top 5 on Camry. Then I move to Crown. I do top 5 because people don't know anything about the Crown. And they certainly don't know the difference between the packages you get with Crown. Do the same thing with trucks, SUVs, and vans. And so it's going to take some time. Do you have to do it all at once? No. This week start out and do your core series cars. And just write down your top 5. Once you write down your top 5, script it out. Script it out. Whether you do it on your computer, whether you do it, write it down on paper, but script it out. So if you get an opportunity, both digital and physical with a customer, to address those top 5, you're going to be on your game. Let me relate it back to another industry. I've always said that entertainers get paid. I was seeing, it was funny, I was looking through the internet this morning about, 5 o'clock. And Al Michaels, who does NFL, he's a play-by-play, he's the host of the NFL show when the football game's going on. He makes $1 million an episode. So when X and Y team play each other, they pay him $1 million. And then they started talking about the annual salary of some of the people that are in the league. So his one show where he goes on the microphone, he makes more money than somebody makes for their entire season. So it's very interesting. He's the entertainer. He's the glue that keeps the show together, and he gets paid. Actors get paid. Comedians get paid. Athletes get paid. And big heads on TV that stand in front of the camera make big money. Well, the people get their information visually. They go to YouTube to figure out how to fix something. They go to TV or Netflix to get entertained. And so what I would say is, begin your digital journey. Start with an introduction. It's just basic, simple stuff that I've been talking about for 5 or 6 years. Just introduce yourself. It's a Monday morning. It's slow. You get a lead. You contact the customer. Hey, I intend to come in, and I'm looking at a Camry. I'm looking at a Camry SE. Okay, so you know that they're interested in a Camry SE. Whether they buy an SE or not, I don't know. They may end up buying a Crown. But now I have an opportunity to sell myself. Two things that need to happen. I need to let these people know that I am prepared to take care of anything they need. If you want a Camry, I'm the person that you need to deal with. The second thing is I need to let them know some amazing stuff about the car, so there's my top 5. Hey, I'm KC. I just found out you're looking for a Camry. I wanted to send you the top 5 reasons why people in the United States just absolutely love the Camry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The next day you get a call on a Tundra. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the only way you do this is preparation. Again, if an actor is about to do a TV show, if an actor is about to do a movie, they hand them a script. And they work on that script so that if somebody prompts them, they remember their lines and they knock this thing out. And they film and edit the movie. When you go see a movie, they didn't just turn the camera on and shoot the movie for an hour and 45 minutes and then they're done. It was months and months and months and months and months of production. And then now people are willing to pay billions of dollars to watch that, to be entertained. People that sell products out there are willing to pay massive amount of money to put Doritos on a commercial during that movie or TV or whatever you're watching on the internet. Here comes a commercial. So obviously they bought the attention of the customer by being digital. I'm about to buy something that's going to cost me anywhere from $25,000 to $100,000. I really want to deal with somebody that knows what they're talking about. So, begin your preparation for 2024. Look at all the product we're going to have available, whether it's on the ground or inbound. Make sure you do your top 5. Practice, script your top 5, and be on point. And send that information digital. PK52, the Saturday morning meeting.